If you're feeling lost right now and you just don't really know what to do, maybe you're studying some degree which you thought would feel like purposeful, but in reality it was something maybe your parents just wanted you to do because it gave you like the most potential money you could make compared to like all the other options you could have chosen. Like maybe become an engineer because that's the best course to do. But deep down you have this feeling of just like lacking fulfillment in your life. You finish this degree, you have your graduation, maybe you get a 9 to 5 job. You think by finally finishing the degree and starting to make money and joining the workforce, this is gonna be your purpose and you're finally gonna be happy. Like, bro, you're making good money. You can buy that car, you can buy that house, you can buy all these materialistic desires, and you think this will give you the happiness that you crave. But once you get these possessions, it didn't really scratch that itch you thought it would scratch. I used to always ask the question of, I don't know what my purpose is. Purpose is something which I've learned a lot about this past year. Really like important area of life which a lot of people don't try educate themselves about. A lot of people like to just follow the pack and never do what kind of fears them. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 lessons which ultimately helped me, kind of like put me on the right track and help me find my purpose, my calling in life. To wake up every morning and just want to work, want to share my message, want to spread my gift. Because 2 years ago, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I thought I was making progress towards my goals, but I never could fall asleep with a smile on my face knowing that I could have done more. This past year, not only has my health improved, not only has my sleep improved, not only has just my day-to-day life and just happiness grown overall, but just taking action on my purpose and feeling a whole lot more fulfilled has drastically improved the quality of my life. So I hope this video can help motivate and educate you to take action and hopefully find your purpose. Lesson number 1, clarity comes from action, not thought. Younger Adrian, he always subconsciously knew deep down he wanted to start recording videos and sharing his lessons and learnings. I always felt like I wanted to get something out and I just have to spread this message. I would think about it. I would tell my friends about it, like, oh, boys, I'm gonna start recording videos soon because I feel like I can be a self-improvement YouTuber. I feel like I can do it. I'd have these thoughts, and I knew deep down it was my purpose to share my lessons, but I never took action. I never got the clarity I wanted. If you feel like you're in a similar position, you can probably relate with this, but when you don't take action on something you want to take action on, not only do you lack clarity, but it's almost like your brain is just some like foggy, cloudy presence. You keep saying to yourself, oh, I'll do it the next day. I'll do it the next day. You kind of know what you have to do, but you never end up doing it. I'm here to tell you today that you're only going to get more and more clarity on what you have to do in life the sooner you can take action on it and stop being a little bitch. That is the hard truth. That it's like, what else? What else did you want me to say? You clicked on this video. You were probably expecting some like easy masturbating answer. You know what you're meant to do today to take another step closer to potentially finding your purpose. You know you're meant to go to the gym to improve your physique, to potentially increase your confidence, to potentially make you a much more charismatic individual, to start recording videos. It all links, bro. The clarity will come from you taking action, not watching videos like this. By all means, this video can probably help motivate and educate you to maybe increase the percentage chance of you taking action. But bro, I know from my experience, the more I was able to ruthlessly take action and dive deep into the unknown, no matter how awkward or how many mistakes I was to make, the sooner I was able to take action on things, the sooner I came closer to finding my purpose. You're always peeling off purpose layers. Your purpose is always changing. My purpose like 3 years ago was purely gym. How did I take action on that? I took action on that by constantly educating myself and constantly going to the gym and improving my form, improving my diet, improving my sleep. My purpose the last year has been sitting in this chair and just sharing my mistakes and lessons because I feel like they have some value and I feel like you have something to gain from my mistakes I've made. Clarity comes from action, and you're watching this right now. I can kind of see you fapped last night. That wasn't the right action to take. In a book I'm currently reading now, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, he talks about the 4 types of actions you can take. The first type is do nothing. That's kind of what you're doing now. You're not really doing anything to take you a step closer, but it's still an action. It's you taking an action. The only problem is the action you're taking is nothing. The second type of action is retreating. You know what you have to do, but it's kind of like scaring you, so you just retreat and you're kind of like delaying it. The third degree of action is kind of like taking normal levels of action. You thinking you're doing enough, but I'm sorry to say it's just the bare minimum. You're watching this video now, you want to be like hyper successful, you want to progress, you want to be that ultimate hyper masculine guy. But bro, you're just doing the bare minimum. It's not enough. You just did enough. You're just going to be the same as everyone else. You worked your 9 to 5, you went gym, but you didn't take it to that next level. You didn't commit to the fourth degree of action, which is taking massive action. Aligning everything to what you know deep down is your purpose, and aligning every second of the day, every little habit you do aligns to that. That makes it so much easier to fall asleep at night, just because you know deep down how you're doing everything it takes. You're capitalizing on your full potential. You're not making excuses. You're doing what has to be done. You're not retreating. You're not doing nothing. You're ruthlessly taking action. In 2025, bro, if you want to become the best version of yourself, it's a step you're going to have to take. And I highly recommend reading this book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. I'm only halfway through it. And I bought this book like 2 months ago, but I wouldn't take action on reading this book because I just let it sit there and collect dust. It speaks about like creating success for yourself and how to just be more productive and achieve 10x results in any area of life you want to improve at. Lesson number 2, purpose is tied to service. Right now, you keep asking the question of, oh, what do I get if I do this business? Oh, what do I get if I do this degree? This is the question literally everyone asks. What do I get from doing so and so? Whenever you've asked this, and whenever you've gone down this path of asking, what do I get? When you get what you've done, did that ever give you the happiness you thought it'd give you when you got the materialistic thing? Or did you just kind of be happy in the moment, but not as happy, and just ask yourself, oh, this wasn't enough. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Maybe this better car will give me the happiness I want. Maybe this better looking chick will give me a bigger smile on my face. Purpose isn't tied to that. Purpose is tied to service. Instead of asking yourself, what do I get? What if you were to ask yourself, how can I help? What can I do today to help someone else out instead of myself? What can I do which feels super purposeful and almost feels like a mission which I can be super passionate about, in which someone else can find value in and not myself? Almost like separating myself from my own work. As super spiritual as this sounds, you're probably not in the same wavelengths that I'm currently on right now, but this is the mindset you're going to need to find your purpose and feel a whole lot more happier than your current self. Because I would go down this route of thinking, I get this if I do dropshipping. I can make 10K a month from trading. Oh my God, I'm going to be so happy with all this money. But it didn't really, well, first I'd fail at it. I wouldn't even be consistent with it because it just felt so unfulfilling and I didn't like the problems I was solving from doing so. I asked myself the question of, how can I help? Believe it or not, actually, I kind of get a smile on my face when I teach someone a lesson and they find value in that and don't make the same mistakes I made. That kind of makes me happy. So what if I was to keep doing that and start making YouTube videos and sharing my lessons and learnings, sharing the mistakes I made myself about learning about purpose? Most people are selfish as fuck. Think about it. You're in self-improvement, you're watching this video now, you want to help others, you want to self-improve. Think about all the people you knew from high school and maybe even your parents, your cousins. They're most likely all working 9 to 5s. They're most likely lacking fulfillment. But they most likely have this thought of, I get this from doing this. I don't help anyone, but I get this amount of money and then I can buy this house. This is how 90% of people think. And you're watching this video now, I can guarantee you this is probably how you kind of still think. You're relating purpose with the amount of money you make, like, too strongly. You have to shut off and piss off your ego and almost like devalue money in the present moment, because down the line, when you're working on some sort of purposeful mission and goal, you're probably going to be 10x more passionate about it. And in the long term, if you can just think fucking long term for just 1 year and devalue money, just think long term and stop thinking short term. Imagine how much more money you're probably going to make if you just passionately focus about your purpose every single day. 10x results, 10x work ethic, because you're working on something which brings a smile on your face. You're fucking off your ego for 1 year. You're just going all in on this goal, this mission, this service which can help others out instead of helping yourself out. Younger Adrian wouldn't do this. And I'm so passionate speaking about this today because I would be stuck in some shitty part-time job thinking, oh, if I can just work another 5-hour shift, I'll make a little bit more money. And then I can buy this new hoodie, this new ring, which I'm wearing now, this new all this crap. Because I thought buying materialistic possessions would give me happiness. It doesn't. It really, really, really doesn't. Snap out of it. Stop being fucking selfish. Realize purpose is tied to service. You have to start asking yourself, how can I help? Not what do I get? Then your life will change. Then you'll find your purpose. Lesson number 3, look for clues in your past. Let's go way back here. Think of your younger self, how much less of a fuck he gave about other people's opinions. How much more playful he was. How much more stress-free he went about his day-to-day life. You were living your most purposeful life when you were a little kid. You didn't overthink as much as you do now. You didn't care about other people's opinions. You just did whatever the fuck you wanted. You farted when you wanted to. You were your most authentic, purposeful self in your past. Year by year, as time goes on, when you start reaching like young adulthood, you start going into high school, you start to care a lot more about what other people think about you. You start to be less unique and you start to just follow the pack. Start to get the same shoes everyone else is getting. Start to talk the same way all your friends are speaking. Take less risks. Just follow the pack. Which I can say, yeah, this was me. I'd follow the pack. I'd get the same trending shoes everyone else got. I wouldn't do something different like start making videos in high school. I cared too much about what other people would think about me. I wasn't my most authentic self. I'm looking at you now, and the reason why you're struggling to find your purpose is because, quite frankly, you give too much of a fuck of what other people think about you. You have such a big ego, you don't want to take risks, you just want to follow the pack and live life on autopilot. Which, by all means, bro, if you want to take that route, I couldn't give a fuck. Go, bro, go. Leave it, go. But you clicked on this video because you want to find your purpose, and you want to be your most authentic self and live a fulfilling life. So please stay. And sorry if I may have just like offended you a little bit. But bro, you have to realize you were living your purposeful life when you were a kid. I want you right now to close your eyes. I'm going to close mine, so please close yours. I trust you. Close your eyes and think about what gave you the most fulfillment when you were a little kid. Was it creating? Was it speaking? Was it, I don't fucking know, fucking editing? What did you love to do the most? Was it sport? Whatever it was, whatever that one thing was, is probably what you should go all in on right now in this present moment. From my own experience, I can look back 2-3 years ago when I was living an inauthentic life. But there were clues. There was something I still liked to do 2-3 years ago, but I wasn't doing it as much as I could. Can you guess what it was? It was giving advice. Bro, 2-3 years ago when I found about self-improvement, when I first heard about cold showers, nofap, I was in my Snapchat group chats with all my degenerate friends and shit, and it constantly felt like I had to tell them, boys, do cold showers, do nofap, stop playing video. I would tell them, would they listen? No, but it felt like I was doing my most purposeful act by giving advice to them. The only problem was they didn't take what I said. They took it with a grain of salt. Correlate that to what I'm doing now. I'm pretty much doing the same thing to you because you probably relate to me a whole lot more, with me a whole lot more. You find what I say valuable. You want to learn. You want to progress. You want to become your most masculine self. I've learned the past 6 months that my purpose right now is just giving advice. I love doing it. I love the skills it takes, like being behind a camera, becoming more charismatic, more entertaining, etc. I love all these things. The fact that those were like little clues in my past, like literally 2 years ago, I loved giving advice, and now I've only realized it. The more I've just eliminated distractions, and the more I've just taken action on it, my purpose is, it just became so much more clear. Like all the clouds are gone. The more I just took action on it. So I want you right now to look for clues in your past. Ask yourself what used to give you the most fulfillment. Was it sport? Was it recording videos? Whatever it was, the answers actually lay in your past. Lesson number 4, follow what scares you. Whatever's making you feel like a little bit anxious is probably what you should be doing. When I first found self-improvement and I heard about cold showers, before going in the cold shower, I felt anxious as fuck. Knowing that this is going to be so uncomfortable and I've never done this before. I'm so used to being in my comfort zone. This kind of scares me, but I know it's kind of what I should be doing. Bro, 3 years ago, I couldn't walk in a shopping center. I'd be so anxious if everyone was staring at me. My purpose 3 years ago was to do what scared me, and that was cold showers. Then it became NoFap. Then it became selling my console. Then it became talking behind a camera. I'm here to tell you today that if you can have the mindset of just doing whatever kind of scares you, that's when you're going to be a whole lot more closer to finding and figuring out what your calling in life actually is. Did clicking on this YouTube video scare you? Not really. You're sitting down on your fucking bed. You probably just fat 30 minutes ago and this is still kind of your comfort zone. Yeah, you're learning. Yeah, you're becoming more educated. But you're honestly, bro, you're probably going to forget everything I've said in this 25-minute video by the time you click off. You're just going to go back in your old habits. If you can take note on what I'm about to say, bro, you're going to be a whole lot more likely to take action on it. To become successful in life, the most simple, bland advice I can give you is you follow what scares you. There's no other way around it. If right now, hopping on NoFap kind of scares you because you're so addicted to watching the hub day in, day out, 3, 4, 5 times a day, that's your purpose right now. You're probably thinking, oh, that's my purpose? Stop watching porn. It is your purpose because once you accomplish that purpose layer, what do you think the version of you is going to be like once you face this fear of just stop fapping? One of my close friends, he's on self-improvement and he's a bit lost with what he wants to do right now. And I'm telling him, bro, you haven't read the same books as me. Your brain's on the same wavelength as me. He's like, Adrian, how are you doing what you're doing? I told him, have you read the same books as me? He's like, no. I replied back, okay, your purpose for the next 6 months is to read the exact same books I've read. And then come back to me and ask the same question. If you want me to give your purpose to you, okay. I think your purpose right now from watching these types of videos is to prioritize your testosterone, read books, and have cold showers. Do those 3 things for the next 1 to 2 years. Take action ruthlessly. You're probably going to be like 80% more likely to figure out what you want to do with your life just because you're following the right systems. 2 years ago, I was like unhealthy as fuck. But when I spent a year just learning and educating myself about testosterone, about health, not only did that give me more energy, but it made my mind and just mental thoughts a whole lot more clear to make me be able to do what I'm doing now. Face your fears. Lesson number 5, stay patient. I'm going to be honest with you. You can follow everything I've said in this video to an absolute T, like perfect. The harsh reality is most young guys will fail and they will relapse. They will just go back into the old degenerate ways after a week of trying to lock in. But you've made it this far in the video. You've invested a good 30 minutes of your time just for me to give you the boring answer of you need to be patient. Without patience, you won't really accomplish much in life. You won't really find your purpose if you're not patient. The time's gonna pass by anyway, bro. We're already about to be halfway through the decade. You've just spent 30 minutes watching. Like, bro, come on. We understand you can't control time. So why not just do the good stuff instead of the wrong stuff? You're gonna thank your younger self for committing an action. That's pretty much what self-improvement is. Right now, the reason I am the way I am today is because of all of my previous actions. Not because of what I've done today. It's what I've done the past 6 months, the past year, the past 2 years, bro. You're a sum of your habits. So now, if you can just think long-term for once and have patience, you have a cold shower every day, you stop touching your fucking pee-pee, you read those books, you just be a little bit disciplined, bro. All of these actions will create a snowball, and your future self, 6 months from now, is going to be in a better position than your present self. I'm still constantly evolving, bro. I'm not sitting here today and thinking I'm perfect, thinking I've accomplished everything. Bro, I'm fuck all. And so are you. But I know if I can commit these daily actions of posting a YouTube video, going to the gym, keep reading books. I know future Adrian, he's probably going to be a whole lot better off than me right now. You want patience. Patience is also one of the most attractive traits. If you're patient, you're probably going to attract that 10 out of 10 feminine girl. Because she knows you're on a mission. She knows you've got ambition. Right now, you don't have any fucking ambition. And that's why when girls look at you, bro, they get turned off. Girls are attracted to the superior man. The guy who's all about purpose. The guy who's all about accomplishing a goal greater than himself. Separating himself from his purpose. Not having an ego. Just tunnel vision. That's when girls will try get in your way and stop you. Bro, it's happened to me firsthand. I've been distracted. You literally only have one decision to make. You're either all in on trying to find your purpose and trying to accomplish your goals, or you're just constantly distracting yourself and just living a fucking grey, mundane life of just every day being the same, working for some boss who doesn't even care about you. You decide, bro. These lessons, they probably motivated you. But if you haven't taken note of each lesson in this video, brother, please go back, get a whiteboard, write down all of these lessons, write them down and stick them up on your room. Purpose is tied to service. Clarity comes from action. Look for clues in your past. Chase fear. And be patient. I've memorized this shit because I became addicted. Because there's no other way. There's no other option. You decide, and I know you have these desires. You want respect. You want status. So bro, hop on self-improvement. Live a purposeful life and stop just doing stuff which gives you a little bit of happiness in the moment, but literally every single time afterwards you finish this degenerate habit, you ask yourself the question of, why the fuck did I do that? Stay patient. Do what you have to do. Your future self will thank you. I'm currently doing one-on-one coaching mentorship. It'll be the first link in the description. I'm also starting my own private Discord self-improvement community group. If you're interested in that and you want a request to join, I have my Instagram link in the bio. Just shoot me a message, shoot me a DM if you want to join that group. And yeah, other than that, make sure to click the subscribe button and also that little bell icon so you're reminded and you can watch my videos as soon as humanly possible. I'll see you in the next video.